that ain't that bad, bro. Like, come at me with something else. Like, I overcame this, that means I can overcome this. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Nadinespeaks. So if you're a subscriber, welcome back. If you are not, you know what to do. Hit that red subscribe button down below to see my beautiful face on your feed. And don't forget to hit that big like button to tell me you like this video so I can keep making these Motivation Mondays. So for today's Motivation Monday, I thought I would talk about something that I touched on in the last video, and that is one of the prime things that is holding you back from achieving your dreams and aspirations of whatever you want to be. So can you guess what that is? It's that scared me. Oh my god, what is that? That is the fear consuming you and not letting you be able to achieve your dreams. And trust me, y'all need to stop that, because in order to do anything that you want to do, you need to learn to overcome that fear and understand that normal biological response you have and learn to control it. Even though you feel some type of way, the most poised and calm people that learn how to control their emotions and how they react to certain situations often achieve the most success. And in order to succeed in any professional environment or just with people in general, you need to always learn to keep a great attitude. And for me, that's always controlling my fear. And these fears could be anything. I want you to get a piece of paper right now and write down what you're most afraid of and what is actually holding you back from achieving what you want. So the top 4 things that come to my mind are fear of what other people might think or say about me, fear about failing, like I really don't want to fail. I don't think anybody wants to fail. And one that's so twisted is the fear of success. I know it sounds strange that, oh my god, you can be scared of succeeding, of actually achieving things, but honestly, trust me, people are, and that's one of the prime fears that hold people back from achieving what they want. And then the last one is one that gets me because it's honestly the root of my anxiety, and let me see if you can guess this. It's the fear of the unknown, or what you don't know is gonna happen in the future, what you can't predict. And do you ever find yourself, like, before you make a decision, you're thinking, oh, this is gonna happen, or if I do this, this will happen? Well, I get consumed by the idea of so many possibilities that it actually stops me from doing anything. And because I think about all the possibilities and I think of, you know, what's going to happen in the future instead of actually preparing and doing what's gonna happen in the future, I just shut down. Do you ever have one of those days where you just don't want to get out of bed because you have to do so much and you're just like, enough? Well, I'm telling you, if you control your emotions and your fears and how you react to certain situations, you are one step closer to achieving your ultimate dreams in life, and just in general, learning to trust yourself more. So what I find about fear is mostly rooted in my trust issues, right? Trust myself to do the best that I can. Well, if you really trust yourself to do the best that you can, then fear has no control over that decision making at all. So do you remember that Hilary Duff movie, that Cinderella story, where she closes the diner door and then the wallpaper falls down, and then she sees that quote that her dad taught her, and that was, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game? Well, did you ever think that fear was keeping you from doing what you actually wanted to? I mean, come on. Just think about it for a second. I'm sure it will all make sense. Because I'm a biologist, I look at fear from what it really is. And what really is fear, you know? What does it really mean to be scared of something? And fear really is just your body pumping itself with adrenaline in response to a stimulus, any kind of stimulus. So just imagine, so just close your eyes and imagine when you're super scared, right? what are you feeling really throughout your body? Well, really, it's just your body's fight or flight response, and it's telling you to act now. It's like, bitch, you better do something or else like something's bad's gonna happen. And call me crazy, but if you learn how to control how your body reacts to something and your actual inner emotions, don't you think you can control certain outcomes to happen? That kind of, just let it sit with you a little bit. It's almost like the law of attraction, but it's actually being proactive about what you're thinking and what you're feeling, and it's helping you to make better decisions and eventually lead to successful decisions. So now that we talked about a little bit what fear is about, how can we overcome this to actually achieve things in our daily life? Or the number one step, I think, to controlling the fear is actually closing your eyes, and when you're scared of something, really feeling how your body is reacting inside to those emotions that you're scared of, whether it be the fear of succeeding or the fear of failure or the fear of judgment of others. Like, you won't accomplish a certain thing just because Jessica said you had a bad fucking haircut. I know, it's really crazy, right? How your mind just takes over and you're scared to do something just because this person said that or this person's going to do that. It's ridiculous, right? When we have no control over what people are gonna say or what people are gonna do, but what we do have control over is ourselves and how we think and what we put in our brain. So the second thing that really helps you understand your fear and overcome it is to put that fear in context. You wanna see what could really happen if I do this thing. Okay, so for me, it's kind of simple in this area, right? Like, let's say just me filming YouTube videos. Before, I was scared to film YouTube videos because I was scared what people might think of my content, who might be watching, and what people are gonna say, if they're gonna like or dislike it, if they're gonna talk shit about me, what's gonna happen. So I started to think, okay, what could really happen if I post a video on the internet? Well, the worst that could happen is somebody talks shit about me. And the other worst thing that could happen would be that people start not liking me for the videos I post. Well, the third step is really important when you're battling with yourself about what could actually happen and battling with your fear is rationalize it. Whenever you have an emotional reaction to thing, it starts off in your left brain. So we need to switch that fear to the right brain. So you need to tell yourself, fear, go on the right side so I can logically think about you and rip you to shreds with my logic. So in order to think what could really happen, well, is it really gonna happen that people are gonna talk shit? Yes, but should I care? No. So this takes a little bit of emotional awareness and self-control. So now that you know what emotions you feel from when you're scared of doing something, you can really start to rationalize it or analyze, why am I scared to do that thing? And you can say, oh, it's really not that scary. I could feel you and adjust to you and not feel that bad. I could feel that fear and still do the thing I want to do. I'm still scared of talking in front of a camera, but I get an adrenaline rush. I get scared. I feel the adrenaline rush. But it's nice to actually overcome that fear of speaking publicly. And actually, if you watched my first video to now, I've really improved in how I speak and my thought process and how I edit as well. So it's nice to see yourself grow. And this, honestly, when you're trying to overcome fear, it's nice to see when you're on the journey how far you've come, because that really catalysts you forward into saying like, oh, I'm not really scared of that thing anymore, or oh, that thing that I was scared of was really not so bad. And you kind of look like the person that's overlooking a mountain that you think is 10 feet deep, but it's actually 1 foot deep, and you're scared to take that first step, but you don't know that it's really like not that bad and you're not gonna die. So after you understand why you're really scared to do something, and you tell yourself like what the worst could happen is, and you tell yourself that even if the worst happened, it wouldn't be that bad, then you can move on to the fourth step. And the fourth step is, you know, all those feelings and that physical reaction you get sweaty, you get shaky, your like body is like rejecting you, like fully doing the thing. Well, we need to control that, right? We can control that. We can take deep breaths, we can meditate, we can feel the emotions running through our body, and we can tell our body, this is how I'm gonna react. I'm not gonna be nervous. I'm not gonna be shaky anymore. I'm gonna do this. It's actually unbelievable, to be honest. Before, when I would give speeches, I literally, whenever I was little and I would give speeches, I would hold the poster board up like this. And honestly, do you see me shaking anymore? I feel so comfortable speaking. Even though I'm only speaking to a camera, it's kind of intimidating, but I'm speaking in front of you all too. And it's nice that to look back and see that, you know, you can overcome fear. And so once you overcome that physical reaction, then that leads me to step 5, which is the last step into kicking that fear goodbye. So the last step is really facing your fear and letting your body feel the emotions of actually being scared, understanding your physical response to it, and taking control of that and telling yourself, that ain't that bad, bro. Like, come at me with something else. Like, I overcame this, that means I can overcome this. Man, I did that with no problem, and I did that with no problem. And then you learn to trust yourself, and that's what it all stems from. And that's what I've been trying to get with this video, is in order to actually overcome things, you need to trust yourself that you will do it. You need to tell yourself, I'm a beast and I got this, and I will overcome anything I set my mind to. And that's why they say, change your mind, change your life. Because in order to truly be successful, in order to actually do something, you need to change all how you think. And one of those big things of how you think stems from your fear of doing things and your emotional and physical response to what you think could happen. So the big takeaway from this Motivation Monday is stop being scared and do the thing that you want to do, because guess what? You got this. And you need to know that you can trust yourself. Remember, I said check yourself before you wreck yourself, but you gotta trust yourself in order to motivate yourself. So stop being a chicken, have fun, live your life, don't care what people think, don't give a shit of what could happen, just do it and just roll with it. Because guess what? At the end of the day, your life is actually how you make it, not how anybody else makes it. Have an amazing week. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and hit that thumbs up if you're liking these Motivation Mondays. Bye guys. But for real, I'm serious. If you don't believe me, just try it tomorrow.